So we've talked of attitude, and then handling objection and rejection. And I will start by saying, as Peter said, your attitude is very critical. By the way, you will never blame the external factors for you not succeeding in this business. Everything rests upon you. As we say, we attract success, we don't look for it. So we need to equip ourselves with the right attitude, with the right skills on how to handle rejection and objection. And that way you are sure that you build the business up to the very top. Many people start the business, but along the way they fizzle out. Why? Because they were not able to address the challenges that we are talking about today. Pieros and I, we started 13 years ago, and from day one, we started experiencing some friction in the business. I mean, if we were not very committed and decided to pursue the business, we would have given up very fast. So let me also mention that there's nothing whatsoever that should be able to stop you. It doesn't matter the magnitude of the objections and rejection. May I start by saying this, that objection and rejections are inevitable. And do you know who gets most of objections and rejections? The person who talks to the most. The more people you talk to, the more objections you receive and rejections. Is that encouraging? Unfortunately, many people fear talking to people because they are not sure whether they will be rejected. You see, objections and rejections are not bad. Let's start there. And I'll start with objections. What are objections? Objections are just justifications brought forward by prospects for not joining. That's the easiest way of looking at what objections are. And they're very important. By the way, you want people who will air their objections, not people who will just be silent, they don't give you any feedback. Those ones you may not know how to handle them, those who don't give you any feedback. But someone who airs their objections, that's a very nice place to be. Some of the objections will be, people will tell you, oh, I don't have time. So that's why they are not joining the business, because they don't have time. Others, they don't have money, the registration. Others will say, this looks like a scam. Others will tell you, I don't know how to talk to people. All these are objections, and none of them is bad. They are all very, very good. So what we need is to understand, how do we handle such objections? On the other hand, rejection is where someone tells you outrightly, I don't want the business. They don't even maybe give you the reason, but there are always reasons behind the rejection. So we'll be looking at how we handle all that. Now, when I'm going through the list, I will not have objection separate and rejection separate. We'll look at how we handle them all together. And the very first way of handling objections and rejections is to understand the reason behind that behavior. What's the reason? Take time to understand. Why are they objecting? Why are they rejecting? Take time to understand. Mostly, to surprise you, it's not that they are not interested. Mostly, it is that they have some fears that you need to arrest. So your work is to establish, what are they fearing? At times, it may be it's because they are not interested. So establish whether that is the reason. If it's a lack of interest, you may not do much. I mean, someone who is not interested, you may not do much. And not everyone will join this business. This business is not for everyone. It's an equal opportunity for all, but it's not meant for everyone. By the way, count yourself lucky that you are able to see this opportunity. Out there, not many people will see it. In fact, statistics have it that out of every 10 people, 1 will join. Now, this is a very important point here. If out of every 10 people you share the opportunity with, 1 will join, and you want to have 10 joining. Now, let me see who are the mathematicians in the call. You want to get 10 people joining your business, and for every 10 you talk to, 1 joins. How many people should you talk to? Now, you don't have to use calculator in this one. You just, mathematicians here, everyone got it. I'm lucky I never give some cash incentive for those who get it right. Others will get poor. All right, yes, you talk to 100. Now, what am I saying? It's a game of numbers. So if you don't want to be discouraged that people are saying no to the opportunity, what you do is talk to so many people. Jim Rohn says that you should make in numbers what you lack in skill. So that means even those who are very new, you can still get so many people joining even before you learn the skills by making up with numbers what you lack in skill. So talk to 100 and you'll get 10 people joining. Now, the biggest problem is we talk to too few people that we don't get any joining. And don't start talking to so many people in the far future. How you start the business is very important. Create momentum from the word go, from day one. So if you joined yesterday, if you joined today, hit the road running. Don't wait for any better time. There is no better time. Now is the time to talk to people. So if they are not interested, back to our point, you may not do much. But remember, they might not be interested with their business. And if you now show them the products, they might be interested with the product. So always be armed with, both sides. But again, don't be delayed by those who are not interested. There are so many people out there who are interested. Actually, you should be on high gear. If this one says no, go to the next one. Actually, no means next opportunity. So as they wait for the next opportunity, move to the next person, and so on and so forth. Others will say no, they will object or reject because they are not ready. But there is something we call moment of truth. Where someone is not ready today, perhaps they are too busy at their place of work, but 5 years from today, they have retired. Now they are ready because whatever was the hindrance is no longer there. Others will not be ready because they have a very good, very well-paying job. Then they are fired from the job, or COVID comes and paralyzes their job and all that, jeopardizes their job. And now they are left there looking for an opportunity. They are ready. So in all these things, you must maintain a very good relationship so that when they are ready, or when the right time comes, they will still be comfortable to reach out to you. Others, it's because of misconception. The reason behind not joining could be misconception, where they misconceive this business as a pyramid, as a scam, not because it is, but because they have not understood. So your work is to explain to them. And we'll be talking about that in a moment. Others is because of doubt. They doubt the opportunity. They doubt themselves. They doubt you, whether you are capable of helping them. Doubt. How do you eliminate doubt? By engaging them more, by showing them some testimonials like the lifestyle magazines, or exposing them to your upline director, the third party, who will prove to them that the business works. So there are those ways of eliminating the doubt. Let's go to number 2 reason of how you, or rather, second way of handling objections and rejection, and that is respond positively always. Respond positively always. At the end of it, I will ask someone to summarize for us the ways of handling objections and rejections. So take notes. Respond positively always. What happens is when someone criticizes you about the business, and they will criticize you. When they criticize you, it's human nature to try to defend yourself, to fight back, to prove them wrong. Now, the rule is do not argue with them, do not defend your position, do not attack them. So what should you do? Acknowledge their opinion. They may not really hold any water, the opinion they are bringing up, but acknowledge that opinion. Appreciate their time. Maybe they attended a meeting, they came for the meeting, but they are not interested in joining. Appreciate their time. Also appreciate their honesty. If someone is honest enough to tell you, no, I'm not interested, appreciate that honesty. Guys, the idea here is don't create some fight between the two of you. You want to maintain the atmosphere, the relationship as healthy as possible, so that if something changes, they'll be comfortable to get back to you. So if someone tells you, for example, that's a pyramid, I cannot be part of it. Don't tell them, surely, honestly, you think I am foolish, I don't know what a pyramid is. No, that way you start fighting. Tell them, I understand what you mean. There have been so many pyramids around the world that I can see you are sensitive. You wouldn't want to be a victim of one. And that was my biggest concern when I was starting the business. I really wanted to be sure that it is a legit business. So I discovered that they have high quality products, and the company has been there for over 65 years. So I knew it cannot be a pyramid. So you see, you first appreciated them and shown them that their opinion is not foolish. And then now you have come up with a way of showing them what you discovered. There are 3 key ones we use here, or an approach. That is the feel, felt, found approach. Feel, felt, found approach. When they tell you they feel like this, or they feel this could be a pyramid, they feel this is not theirs, they feel they cannot talk to people, you tell them what you felt. You accept that you also felt the same. So feel, felt. And then you tell them what you found. I found out that this is a legit business which is governed by SAB, and the products are also certified by KEMS if it's in our country, Kenya, and so on and so forth. So you don't respond negatively at all. That is a very, very important point right there. The third one, and this has to do with your mind. Reframe your perspective. Reframe your perspective. How you see things. We say that someone can see glass half empty or glass half full, the same glass. So it's about your perception. So reframe your perspective. See objections and rejections as opportunities to learn, not as failures. It's an opportunity to learn. See them as temporal, not permanent. We said earlier on that an objection or a rejection is simply saying not now, next opportunity. When they say no, that's what they mean, next opportunity. So don't look at it as a permanent situation. It is a temporal one. Things will change. Actually, we say when someone says no today, check with them 6 months later. Maybe something will have changed. Maybe they didn't have children in school, so they didn't have huge pressure for money. But now they have 2, 3 children at school who are in need of school fees. So he will work harder. Maybe he was not even married. Now he had 1 stomach to feed. Now he has 2 stomachs to feed. Man, he will take the business serious. So you check with them 6 months later or so, right? And then don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. This is very, very critical. Many people, listen to me, many people feel frustrated when their prospects say no. Can I tell you good news? No one can reject you. No one can reject me. I mean, honestly, I'm good to go. No one can reject me. What they reject is the opportunity to change their lives. I accepted the opportunity to change my life. So if they are saying no to the opportunity, to their own dreams, then who is the one to suffer? Who is to suffer? I mean, they are saying no to their dreams, not to you. I wish I had a better way of really driving these points right into your heart. Because I have seen so many people, so many distributors getting so angered just because someone said, no, I don't want that business. So what? When I started the business, so many people told me that business doesn't work. That business is for women. That business is for hookers. You know, they said everything. But then I knew that I had gotten the best opportunity here on earth. And although they told me it doesn't work, I knew it is true it doesn't work. It's me to work. I worked out my business. Today, my life is a song. What did I say? My life is a song. I mean, I've achieved all my dreams. And you see, now this is the other very interesting thing. The same people who will tell you no, the same people who will tell you they don't want to join, that it doesn't work, are the same people who will join your business, your team, 5 years from today, and they will do it with vigor and energy to catch up with you. And others will tell you, I knew you could do it. Les Brown says, never allow other people's opinion to become your own reality. So never take it personal. When they say no, that's very okay. That's very, very okay. Now, if you are in a shamba, taking care of your maize so that birds don't eat them, and then you spot some birds that have invaded your land, and you keep running after them, what happens is that you leave the field. So work is no longer being done. Now you are chasing after the birds. Who is the loser? The birds have already eaten the maize. You are the loser because you are no longer now focusing on what you went to the shamba to do. So always remind yourself, focus on talking to those who are positive, not those who are saying no. And never take it personal. I repeat, no one can reject you. You are unique. They can only reject the opportunity to change their lives. So number 4 stems from what I've just said, and that is refocus. Refocus. One way of handling rejection and objection is always refocusing, reminding yourself why you started the business. When people tell you that you can never make it in this business, remember why you started the business first. I have seen people who started so well, but when they met challenges, they left the business. That is because they did not refocus on their why. What is your why? Even if you don't chat down there, I want you to write down on your book somewhere your biggest why. You could write like 5 to 10. 5 to 10 reasons why you badly want to build this business. Maybe you can also share with us on the chat there. My whys were: number 1, to take my children to the best schools, to give them the best education. Today, I have taken them to international schools. My second why was to build a home for myself here in Nairobi and stop paying rent. Now I have 2 homes in Nairobi. My third why was to be able to drive myself in some good machine. Now I have driven many cars and driving the latest shape of that cruise. Let me not go on so that you have a chance to also chat down there. What are your biggest whys? Financial freedom, to travel the world, to just socialize with the people. There are some who will join just to socialize with others. Whatever the why, always refocus. Always refocus to that why. Always maintain positive attitude. Always positive attitude. We'll talk more about attitude in the next few seconds. Don't be distracted. Don't allow anyone to distract you. Keep refocusing. And when you are down, look up. When you are up, look down. Let me explain what I mean. When you are up, look down. When you are down, look up. What we say is, when you feel that some people have really discouraged you, maybe you are in a family party and you share the opportunity and they really ridiculed you, you feel so discouraged, you feel like quitting, look up to your upline director. Share with your upline director and tell them, today I feel like quitting. And they will guide you on how to overcome that. So when you are down, look up. When you are up, when you're so excited, you have just made a sale, you've just sponsored 3 people in a day, you're so excited, look down. Go to the people that are in your downline and tell them, guys, we are cruising, we are going to Mauritius, and you'll excite them to go up. Otherwise, if you do the opposite, you kill your business. You are down and you are going telling the person you just sponsored yesterday that this thing, I don't see it working. And then tomorrow you're so excited, you cannot go back to them to tell them, by the way, I told you I don't see it working, but it will work. Now you look mad and crazy, ridiculous. So that's a great formula right there. And by the way, I remember when we were about 2-3 months in the business, my wife Piaros invited her colleague teachers to our house for, we had a young kid. And so she took that as an opportunity to share the business with the colleague teachers. Unfortunately, ridiculously, within the very first few minutes of the presentation, the teachers started walking away one by one after the other. She was left with only 2 teachers who were so emotionally wise or concerned not to embarrass her. And she asked the 2, where have the others gone? And they told her, Piaros, honestly, you are boring. The story you are telling us is what has made them to go away. Even us, we were to go away, but we felt for you. And Piaros was so demoralized. Actually, she asked me that we quit from the business. Thank God that I was training so hard. So I really was quite strong. And that was a very tricky situation for us. For her, she went on slow mode for a few days and a month or so. But then when she discovered that I'm still making some money, she came back. And today she does it better than myself. Don't allow even your own wife, your own husband to talk you out of this business. All right. Let me wind up by talking about attitude. Something very important here. Attitude, A-double-T, determines the altitude, A-L-T. That is how high you can rise. So it's not what happens to you. It's about how you respond to what happens to you. It's not about what happens to you, really, but how you respond, your attitude to things. That is what will determine whether you'll survive in this business or not. And there are a couple of ways of making sure that you maintain a very positive attitude. I'll start with the one that everyone can take advantage of in this call, and that is training, personal development that comes through training. We provide you with the right training so that you can have positive attitude 24/7. You see, when you have grown as a person, you will not easily be discouraged. Actually, we say a problem is either big or small depending on your size. Depending on your size. So if your personal development is too small, then any problem will become a mountain. It will be too big. And if you have really developed as a person, you've worked on yourself harder than you do on your job, then every other problem out there will seem to be too small. So a problem is either small or big, depending on your size. So let's enlarge ourselves, our attitude, through trainings. I can see we are 60 of us here. Guess what? We're supposed to be hundreds and hundreds. Where are the others? Now, when storms come, they will be the first ones to be crushed. Congratulations to all of us who are here to equip ourselves. Number two, the second way of maintaining a positive attitude is having an attitude of gratitude. Being thankful for what you have as you wait for what you don't have. For example, when you start earning bonuses in our business, you will earn 1,000, some 100, some 2,000 in a month. If you cannot be grateful for that small bonus, then it will start affecting your attitude. I remember my first bonus was only 2,002 Kenya shillings. I was extremely excited. I thanked God. I thanked my uplines. I thanked the company. And it grew to over 20,000. It grew to over 200,000. It's on its way to over 2 million. Why not? I mean, when you are thankful for what you have, you command for more. Right? Number three, this is very important. Surround yourself with positive people. You become like your closest 5 friends. So if you're always with people who have negative attitude, yours will definitely go sour. And in our business, you cannot afford to spend a single minute or even a second with a negative person. Run away, literally. Whether that person is in the business or not in the business, don't stay close to them. They are poison. Always check on your environment. Sit and stay together with those who are positive, not to those who are negative. Surround yourself with positive people. And let me mention this. It's not only surrounding yourself with positive people, but also feeding on positive stuff. What you read, what you listen to. On the YouTube, listen to motivational talks, inspirational talks, not things that are not building you at all. Not news. You know, news are not news if it's not bad news. And finally, use positive affirmations. use positive affirmations. That's my last one. Use positive affirmations. Self-talk. Talk positive about yourself. Les Brown says, if there is no enemy outside there, the enemy, if there is no enemy inside here, the enemy outside there will do you no harm. And how true that is. Don't ever talk negative about yourself. Someone said, if you feel you can't, or if you say you can't, it is true you can't. And if you say you can, it is true you can. So what do you tell yourself? I have seen people here telling themselves, by end of this year, I'll be a software director, I'll be a RUB director, I'll be a director. And that is exactly what will happen. You tell yourself, I will yield to nothing. Guess what? That is exactly what will happen. You yield to nothing. I've heard people saying, I'm not good at X, Y, Z. I'm not good in talking to people. That is what you become. Why not talk positive about yourself? Why not tell yourself in the morning, everyone I talk to gets started in this business. My business is exploding and it will explode. Tell yourself those nice things. In Nairobi, every Monday and Wednesday, we have a book club. And we always start and end with those positive affirmations. We tell ourselves those sweet things. And for sure, they happen to us. Learn to engage in positive affirmations, and you'll never go wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, you can go on, but I believe from what we've discussed today, you're going to engage in a positive attitude journey where you maintain positive attitude throughout, and you are going to handle face objections and rejections head on, that nothing will stop you from going for your dreams. By the end of this year, by the end of the next 1 year, I know we'll have so many steps from this team just because we have worked on our attitudes. Remember, nothing can stop you if you don't stop yourself. Keep going, keep shining. Thank you so much, and God bless you for being part of the training tonight. We want to stop at that and get to the next session.